Interestingly enough,
Check.
the king high
Check. Both
is well
checks.
good right now of Platt. And Ian Fraser drawing dead to a 7 or a 10. That's not a club.
The king high wins it.
Check.
Will Fraser go for it again? And can
16.
that's a big bet. Will Platt call with king high?
I think he might call this. He might think you're at it here. I think he might think you're at it here. He's got to deduce. He's got to think, okay, have you got, you definitely haven't got an ace. Have you got 3 or 5 in your
Have you
hand?
got an ace? Have you got a 3 and a 5?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I thought he'd call this. It's a great call. You know, you got to think, have you got 3 or 5? No. Good call, good call.
He talked out the thought process there,
Yeah.
Steve Platt, and he has called down Ian Fraser, whose hand was not only in the cookie jar, it was shoulder deep.
Mm-hmm.
And
Couldn't have an ace. I thought, well, I've got a king, I've got to call.
Steve Platt not only wins the pot, but he's given lessons to a man who just won $500,000.
Yeah, nice one. Just rub it in a bit more, Steve.
I just thought he was trying to steal me, to be fair.
You were right, mate. You were right.
It's baffled you, that one.
Just rub it in a bit.
I'm all in with you from now on.
Oh, Fraser's a good laugh.
He is. He can't get him though, can he? He cannot get Steve in the pot at the moment. It's a great call though. You know, you've got to be impressed by that. He's thought it out and thought he hasn't got an ace. Probably hasn't got a 3 or 5. I'm winning with my king eye.
Right.
Steve Platt is playing the kind of poker where he says, look, if you've got the best hand, good luck to you. Show me the money.
Cool.
And, ooh, Yuha just calling with the king-queen. It's a better hand right now, but he seems to not want to get too deep.
No.
If the king comes, and it hasn't, it'll be interesting to see if Platt finds
Check.
aggression.
10.
Oh, Fraser would have loved to have been in this
10,000.
pot. He would have had a middle pair and a straight draw.
This is a big tester for Yuha, but the way he's
Pass.
played that pot seems like he was prepared to lay it down if he didn't make a pair.
Yeah. You know, King Queen 3-handed is a big hand. Why didn't he re-raise him? Probably because he knew he was going to get called. I don't know. It's great play by Steve. He's all right. He's been hitting flops, but he's been playing well. He's been playing really, really well.
He has not backed down.
No one to play with? There's always PartyPoker.com.
Of all the country clubs in Wolverhampton, Steve Platt, owner of the Swan Coat, is doing quite a bit of
Call.
damage.
And no raise.
Well, we're going to see a family pot here. There's low to middle cards. If a few low to middle cards come on the flop, we could see some fireworks.
And nobody's hit the jack. Have to give the advantage to the aggressors.
Definitely.
Check.
Check.
Check. All
I think
check.
Steve Platt has got both these two.
Who's
Terrified to bluff.
who's going to hit this turn card?
Fraser, there is no way
No
Fraser
way.
is putting a bluff in
Check.
here.
No way.
Check.
Well, he's just made a flush draw.
All check.
And
I
he's
think-
checked it.
They're going to check this down, aren't they? Unless a diamond comes in the end. No.
Amazingly, Ian Fraser's
Check.
10 high is ahead.
Check.
Yeah, they'll just check this down. It's too dangerous.
10. Cannot
Ace
beat
four.
it.
Pass.
Fraser had just said to himself, I am not bluffing anymore, no matter what. Little did he know the 10 high would have been a value bet with the best
5
hand.
and 10. We'll change the dealer.
So the blinds are just about to go up. Let's take a look at how the blinds work in Texas Hold'em. Every poker hand begins with the placing of the button and the posting of the blinds. The button is a disc that represents the nominal dealer. The blinds are forced bets to get the action started. The player to the left of the button puts in the small blind. The player on his left puts in the big blind, usually double the small. Action for this first round of betting will move to the left of the big blind. The button moves to the left with each hand, and the blinds are raised throughout the game to keep the action going. And really, the shorter-handed this table has got, Michael, the more correct Steve Platt seems to be playing. I mean, his aggression
Fold.
and his ability or willingness to play a whole lot of flops
Fold.
you know,
No
it's
raise.
it's more and more a viable strategy, especially with the chip lead.
I mean, anything can happen in poker, as you know well, Jesse, but it looks more than likely he's going to be heads up with one of the other two. I wouldn't want to play heads up with him. I wouldn't know what he's got, to be honest.
Free flop, and Fraser has hit bottom pair. We'll see what Ian thinks about it.
Check.
10.
10,000.
Guarantee you he's thinking, please don't call.
He's definitely thinking that.
Sometimes, I mean, when things aren't going your way, you just start second guessing yourself, don't you?
That's right.
Fold.
You see, every time, it's even though Ian has position on Steve, every time it's come to Steve, Steve's checked, Ian's bet, and Steve's come over the top. So, you know, any check that Steve makes, Ian's got to be very wary.
Ian Fraser and Juha Helpy both here to win. So is Steve Platt, and it's become a battle of wills, praying for the cards. And Platt has been very aggressive from his button. Not this
Oh.
time.
Call.
That's a new wrinkle.
Option.
Just flat called. Wants to see a flop,
No
cheap
raise.
flop. Oh, he's out kicked here, Ian.
Ooh, what happened there?
I did that. You catch that
The
wheel.
cards ain't that good.
Put yourself back up.
He was taller when he came in, wasn't he?
He was. He's been steadily crushed by the man on his right.
What a dodgy bleeding
Both
jam.
check.
Ian Fraser, a paucity of red chips. Those are the 5,000 ones. Although he has outflopped Juha Helpy here.
10.
10,000.
You know, when you...
Re-raised.
Yeah.
15 more. 25
This is the
total.
classic.
Helpy has just been so able to spot weakness in Ian Fraser, and this is probably one of the problems of
Not
playing.
there, but they're not the aces.
I think UR made his mind up. If Ian was going to bet this, because he's completely missed the flop, he was going to come back over the top. You can't just call that bet when you've got nothing. You've either got to fold or re-raise. If Ian decides to go all in here or re-raise because he thinks UR's trying to out-bluff him, then he takes a pot there and now.
God, if Ian Fraser can find a re-raise here,
Oh, it'd be great play, wouldn't it, Jesse, if he re-raised this? UR's got to put it down then.
it'd be world class. I mean, you know, is there any chance that Juha has worked out that Ian can't have an ace because he just limped in before the
Oh.
flop? But
Yeah.
Fraser has worked out the same thing.
Yeah.
He thinks Juha would have raised with an ace, and he's just decided that Juha is having him, and he's had enough.
Too good a player to be bullied. Too good a player. He knows the check-raise move. He knows UR is trying to bully him out of the pot.
I mean, this is just two great players.
77,000.
Bluff, re-bluff, and then Ian Fraser coming over the top with a hand. It is good, but if Juha Helpy wasn't bluffing, then he was drawn nearly dead.
Exactly.
What a strong move that was.
But you know what, Jesse? It was a very quick. It was a very quick raise by Juha, wasn't it? His chips almost touched the felt quicker than Ian's.
Yeah,
That's got to be a bit suspect, isn't it?
I don't know. Roll on, Britannia. Ian Fraser keeping himself in this game on the virtue of bottom pair. I think that was really just about all steel and metal myself.
I just think that Juha could have taken a bit of time and then maybe re-raised him. But because he's re-raised him so quickly,
Yeah, I mean, Ian must have picked up on something, didn't
Exactly,
he?
exactly
He
that.
had to have. He had to have.
Fold.
And 28-year-old poker phenom, Juha Helpy, just been outduped.
Re-raise. 20 total.
Sticking a little raise in onto Steve Platt, who, as it turns out, hasn't got much at all. But he's optimistic.
I can't. I suppose he's